If you'd like to see more of our videos, hit the subscribe button to stay on top of the market news. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's September 4th, 2020. And today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the markets tumble across the board. But first, let's take a look at the economic events of the day. So looking at the economic events of the day, just one major event coming out of the United States at 2:30 South African time. It's non-farm employment change numbers coming for the month of August. Now, this is a major number coming out later today, and this sell-off might be a precursor to this actual major number coming out. Now, I want to highlight the fact that on Monday is a national U.S. holiday, and the markets, or the U.S. markets, will be closed, so just be aware of that. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, the majors retrace to support as the dollar gets stronger with this massive sell-off. Looking at the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq selling major amounts. Nasdaq selling off over 500 points, Dow Jones over 800 points in a single day of trading. Now looking at the commodities, gold trading lower as well on the lower range, where oil continues to slide to $40 a barrel. That's over $3 to $4 sell off this week. And lastly, looking at the stocks, it's a major sell off across the board. It's not one less or more than the other. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're taking a look here at the Euro USD, and you see this little bounce, but we're still very close to this 1811-ish level. So just be aware of it. We're in between our two parameters, or our two support and resistance live, 1883, and we're smack in the middle of that. Okay, so any kind of movement you do want to look into in either direction. Now, I would take in all the information you can get. I would look at the Forex symbols, I would look at the indices and the stocks to try and give yourself an idea of which way we're going to go today, because today's going to be a deciding day, especially since this non-farm payroll number coming out. Now looking here at the GBP USD, you could see at a 4-hour chart, we're just hugging that resistance-ish level, but not breaking out lower. So this may be a precursor for a bounce later today. Looking at the Aussie dollar as well, retracing to support, which was previous resistance, so something to consider looking at today. Now looking at gold, you see we're just consolidating here between 1945 and 1920-ish level. We're trading right now 1935 on a 1-hour chart. You can see that that is a tight range that we're trading in. Now, as long if we don't break above it, we'll see this consolidation continue. But if we do break either above 1945 or 1922, we may see a further correction. Now, jumping into oil, trading at $41 a barrel. We traded as low as $40 yesterday. I'm bouncing off of it. A lot of eyes are going to be looking as to today which direction we'll be going. Now jumping into the Dow Jones, look at that nosedive. We had this massive sell-off yesterday, as we just tumbled from 29,100-ish level down to 28,200-ish level. That's over a 900 point. Now this is considering after hours trading, we bounced off of the 28,000. That's a full 1,000 point move in a single day. That, I think, is one of the top 10 major moves per day. This goes back to when we went in February 23rd, where we sold off that first Monday over 1,000 points, and then Tuesday another 1,000 points. We went from 29,000 down to 27,000 in a matter of 2 days. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the case today, but you do want to know, and do expect some volatility, especially if this number comes out and it's positive. The market is looking for positive news. We had a massive rally over the last 2 months, though. If we look over the last 2 months, starting with the end of July, we've gone from 26,000 to 29,000. That's a 3,000 point move. So the fact that we're tumbling 1,000 points, yes, it's extreme, but it's within reason of how much we've rallied over the past 5 months. From March until now, we've rallied over 10,000, 11,000 points. So for us to retrace 1,000 points in a day, completely understood, especially since we're very close to our all-time highs of 29,400 level. Let's jump in a weekly chart just to give you a perspective of where we're going here. All right, so with that said, we do have support at 28,000. If we do break down further, I think we're going to be consolidating here. I think the markets are still figuring themselves out, especially if there's a vaccine in the pipeline as ready as the beginning of November. Now, looking at this, the Nasdaq as well, let's look at a 4-hour chart. That tumble from 12,445. Now, remember, this is out to all-time highs. Now, if we go back, okay, to the beginning of June, all right, when we started this massive rally and broke out, that happened about the 10,000 point level. And from the 10,000 point level to 2,445, somewhere in the middle, that would be a natural retracement, somewhere along the 11,000 point level. Okay, so I would expect a further correction. Might not happen today. We may see a bounce today, but going into September, October, and especially November, we should expect much more volatility in the markets since we are going into an election year and also in a pandemic atmosphere. Now, looking at the majors, let's look at Microsoft. It's interesting to note also that some of the major stocks that took us higher are the ones that are making the most correction. Okay, so looking at Microsoft here, $231 tumbling down to $217. That is a natural support level at this 215-ish level. So I would expect that to happen here as well. Looking at Amazon, it's still on its trend line, hasn't breached it, okay, on a candle. All right, so keep that in mind. JP Morgan also selling off to 101 after hitting above 102, okay, and looking at the VIX, look at that. That is breaking out higher. Now, lastly, I want to mention about Bitcoin. Bitcoin has really been in play, and yesterday was a case in point where it hit that 11,627-ish level again and couldn't break above it, couldn't sustain above it. We consolidated at this area and finally broke down about 1,000 points as well. So lots of volatility in the market. I expect it to be very volatile today. Just be aware of that and be responsible by putting in stop losses. Yes, there will be major opportunities as well, but you want to play defensive offense in this type of atmosphere. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.